Tabletop role-playing news. We aim to amuse and we aim to enthuse. And Morris's unofficial tabletop RPG.
Hello, and welcome to Morris's unofficial tabletop RPG talk. I am Russ, aka Morris, or Morris, aka Russ. And with me this week is
PJ Coffee from the Southampton Guild of Roleplayers, and also Homebrew and Hacking TTRPG Design. Russ, as ever, it is a great pleasure to be here. Joining us also, it's one Groovy Fruit who always knows where her towel is. It's the one, it's the only, it's
me, Jessica from EM Publishing. Hello all. How are we this fine week?
I am great.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah. Although today is there's a couple of sort of like EN Publishing monthly tasks, which obviously each month, because they're on the same date of each month, month they come on a different day of the week. This month, somehow, I seem to have everything crammed into today.
Yes.
Like the podcast and payroll and all sorts of stuff. Just all today. Great. But still, that aside.
It keeps you busy.
It does. Today's a busy day. With that in mind, so that I can get finished early and get started on my next task.
Okay.
Shall we?
That's the vibe of the podcast.
That's a
Another
message to give our viewers and listeners. Let's go bail through this as fast as possible, just so Russ can get on with his admin. Okay.
Yes, well, I mean, people are waiting to be paid, and they can't be paid until I finish this podcast, so there we go.
That is true. Important stuff to do.
Yes,
And lest people forget, we are streaming live. It's Friday, 2 p.m. UK time, 9 a.m. Eastern, and we're available on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook.
We are. We got told off again.
Oh, no,
What did we do?
We got told off on YouTube. Apparently, YouTube is the place where people tell you off.
Yeah.
For the audacity of making a YouTube video.
How very dare we?
This time we were told off because our short news item last week about the Mutants and Masterminds playtest packet, we announced it had been released, and I said that I purchased it, but hadn't had a chance to look at it, but plan to run it, and we'll circle around back to it later, which is, I think, basically the content of the news item, and we showed a couple of previews, and that was it.
Okay.
Apparently, it should have been a deep dive into the Mutants and Mastermind playtest document, comparing the differences between 3rd edition and 4th edition. But it wasn't.
Can I just check? Has anyone played any version of Mutants and Masterminds?
I have, yeah.
Jessica?
No.
I've heard of it. I don't think I've ever seen it at an event. I might have seen it offered at a convention maybe once, but it was fun. So
no, I have played it, and we will be circling around to it once I've run a short game of it. But
I feel the news item will be better for you to do that comparison and talk about the game once you've played it. I mean, that might be my shocking opinion, but
I think so too. So yes, if you want to tell us off, YouTube is the place to do it. Go and find one of our videos, tell us it's wrong, and we'll be delighted. Or tell us we were wrong to make it. That's a better way to do it.
Boost the algorithm.
Russ does love that. It makes him very happy to do all this and spend money on resources for it, and of course his precious time, and to be told that he's a very naughty boy and he should know better. I don't know why he's got this fetish for being yelled at, but just yell harder.
It's engagement, I suppose. They do say that there is no bad engagement when it comes to social media.
That's true. And you know what? To respond seriously to that person, I will say I will give you 100% refund on what you paid to watch it. So just contact us via the email and we'll arrange that for you.
Yeah. Okay, let's get cracking, shall we?
What happened this week in the TTRPG space? I guess Dungeons and Dragons probably did a thing, because they do things.
They do. One thing they did was announce a new colouring book.
Oh.
I can see you're overwhelmed with excitement by this.
Hooray!
Good for them.
I don't think it's for us. It's for small children, but it's called Dragons of the Realms. All right, yeah. I'm not saying no. I'm not telling you what you're allowed to do. And if you want to
I'll save my.
I'm not trying to gatekeep the colouring book. That's not what I'm trying to do.
Good. So I'll write a YouTube comment about it if you are.
Okay.
Anyway, this colouring book is called Dragons of the Realms. And it's basically a whole bunch, 80 pages, in fact, of dragon and dragon-related pictures that you can colour in.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dragon.
It's an example of one of them.
Dragon Guns.
That is quite detailed.
That is quite detailed, yeah. And there's quite a sort of epic scene there with like loads of people and a dragon.
Is that Mind Flayer?
It is in the Mint Centre, I believe.
Oh, and that's an Umber Hulk next to it. They're quite distinctive. Displacer Beast. All sorts there, isn't it? Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, I see Beholder lurking at the back, the Ice Stalks.
It's a lot of classic D&D monsters that you'd expect to find as well.
Yeah.
Well, just not all together grouped up like that, unless I was looking.
I love the way that Beholder is peeking round from behind a pillar.
Yes.
It's got social anxiety. It's a very serious
Or is about
it's
to
a
take them
shy
all
Beholder,
out.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But a lot of adults do like colouring, I say, as one, because I'm not good at drawing or creating art, but sometimes it is quite relaxing to just do something like that. So I do have adult colouring books. Actually, a friend in one of my D&D groups got everybody a little nerdy themed colouring book one year as a gift. So maybe that's what
Did you colour it in? Have you finished it?
I haven't finished it, no, but I think I have it here.
Well, you don't even have to stay between the lines. It's your pictures.
Wow, look at that. Wow.
Yeah.
It's just because my top left drawer is my arts and craft drawer on my desk. So I was like, I have this to hand.
Yeah. This isn't the first time D&D's had a colouring book, of course.
Yes.
There's been lots of D&D colouring books.
Oh, wow.
These are just a few that I could find in a sort of 2-minute quick search online. There are definitely more than that over the years. So that's just some of the D&D colouring books over the years. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 of them there, but there's probably twice that many, I would say.
Advanced Dungeons and Dragons colouring books. That's some old school stuff. Yeah.
There's one that's called adult colouring as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's the difference between adult colouring and non-adult colouring. Is it?
Use more pink.
I guess the complexity of the drawings and the suitability. So perhaps, in the adult colouring book,
I imagine it's to do with the complexity.
More violent. Yeah.
I imagine it's the complexity. I imagine it's like.
I know. You get shadow banned by itch.
Possibly. But we'll probably talk about that a little later, shall we?
Let's circle back.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's how you make a podcast. You foreshadow.
I am sorry, it's my GM instincts kicking in. I can't help it. Anyway.
Yeah. Right, well, our next news item
is
Jessica's favourite topic.
Yes.
Is it tariffs?
It is not tariffs.
We will talk about tariffs later, though, but for now, let's talk about Baldurs Gate 3, my favourite topic.
Well, that's
Baldurs Gate 4, as the case may be. Now, I will add that number 4 was a Baldurs Gate 3 graphic that I clumsily photoshopped in a 4 onto.
No, I'm shocked.
Just in case, I know it's obvious, but just in case anyone looks at it and thinks that's a real thing, that is some bad photoshopping on my part.
The graphic design is seamless. I would not believe it.
I know.
It is in fact very obvious. So yeah.
At least I closely matched the text color ish.
Yeah, you can say that happened. Sure.
Why not?
Yeah.
Anyway,
so let's do story.
News of
Would you like to take this one away, Jess?
Sure, I absolutely can. Well, I think it's what we've suspected for a long time because, as we know, Baldurs Gate 3 has been very popular, not just with myself. And it's been 2 years since it's been kind of out there and released. And so there's been murmurings of things, and we all expected that Wizards of the Coast would want to do another one because, well, they made a lot of money off it. But yeah, we had kind of a nice soundbite confirmation of that this week. So John Haidt, who's Wizards of the Coast's president, in an interview said, Baldur's Gate is an incredible game, and of course we're going to do a successor. So it is like they officially said that now. But I think that's something we all suspected. So it's not necessarily new news, but it's nice confirmation soundbite. One thing that we do know is that Larian Studios made Baldur's Gate 3, and they've done an excellent job and continue supporting the game and added a lot of new content that would normally be additional DLC you'd pay for, but that's not the case here. They have confirmed they're not going to be working on future Baldur's Gate product lines. They and we talked about that previously. But Wizards of the Coast has said, of course, we're doing a successor, but they haven't announced the studio that will be doing the successor to Baldur's Gate 3, aka Baldur's Gate 4.
I suspect because it's not anywhere near soon. It's they probably haven't even started planning it yet, I would guess. I don't know, though.
Yeah,
that's fine. I've only done about 600 hours of Baldur's Gate 3, so I've still got plenty more content to get out of this game.
Yeah, and how long does it take to make a game like that? Years?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was released several years ago. Well, it came out
2 years ago.
Alpha. It came out in alpha, like before that, though. It came out during lockdown, as I recall.
Oh yeah, I wasn't playing it then, so I've not become as obsessed.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of video games, of course, a while back we talked about Giant Skull, if you recall.
Yes.
Was a game studio that Wizards had recruited to make a new D&D video game, which they are currently working on. This is not Baldur's Gate 4, though. It's a totally different game. This one is a single-player action-adventure game.
Yeah.
Along the lines of like Star Wars, Jedi Survivor, and God of War, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it's not. You know, you probably you control one character, not
you don't have a turn-based combat team of people. Different styles of play, because I know some people really didn't get on with turn-based combat. They just don't like it. Because I know a lot of people said, I really wanted to get into Baldur's Gate 3 because I've heard good things, but that just style of gameplay just isn't for me. So other options are in the mix.
Yeah, okay. So I'm just trying to imagine playing a D&D game that isn't turn-based combat.
Well, I don't think
it's D&D. It's D&D themed, not D&D rules. I think what you get there. Yeah, you'll be running around with a sword and literally hacking at things by pressing the X button on your PlayStation or whatever.
Feel a bit like Skyrim or something at that point, then, won't it?
Yeah.
Or Fable.
Yeah. Well, I played a bit of the Jedi Knight one, so if it's along those sort of lines, I've got an idea. I don't play a lot of games, so tried that one, and.
The founder of Giant Skull made those games, so I'd imagine there would be some fingerprints on there.
Yeah.
He's called Stig Asmussen. Asmussen. Yeah, that's a good name. That Stig, I like that.
Yeah,
it's a strong name. I like it. Anyway. That was the news on Baldur's Gate 3/4. There you go. Our weekly segment. Our weekly segment is done.
Yes.
Good.
Jessica is happy.
I can rest.
Yeah. Okay. Our next news item is
Die.
That's not an instruction. I want to hasten to add. That would be
Die
quite rude,
loaded.
I think, were it?
Is it a description of your cube, which it would normally be if you had the loaded die? Or is it something else?
Well, Die is a comic about a bunch of tabletop role players who get trapped in the game, the world of the game that they're playing.
What they call that? Iseki now or something, or Isekai or whatever.
I have
call
no
it
idea.
Portal Fantasy because that's what that means to me. But anyway.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So is that Monsters and Mazes? Was that the 1970s game that was sort of like that? I can't remember.
That wasn't that the one with Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
And it was doing like a real life thing about a guy who got lost in a set of steam tunnels.
Yeah. Well, because that's but anyway, this. So
it's been done. We've also had Gamers more recently, which is the Scottish version of being transported to be your character. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there, Russ, but you probably haven't seen it because it's animated as well. And we've got the Lit RPG movement. I mean, we just covered Dungeon Crawler Cole. They got the RPG of the book coming out, so yeah.
Well, On that topic, so Die, there was originally a comic. So this is the sequel called Die Loaded.
Yes.
And it was created by Kieran Gillen, by the way, is a creator of that comic book. Kieran Gillen mentioned in an interview with Rascal that this comic is designed to be enjoyed on its own, so you don't have to have read the first one. However, this one also includes a quick start for the Die TTRPG, which gets very nesting dolls at that point. So at that point, you are a player playing a character who is playing a player who is playing a character who is playing a player that is trapped in a world.
Yes.
I don't know if I got too many iterations in there, but it goes over a couple of times there.
Yeah.
You need an infographic of it, like Russian nesting dolls, and
Yes.
just to explain it.
I find the concept of the comic more interesting, to be honest. Like, there's lots of narrative games out there. I generally, personally, find them satisfying. I am delighted that other people love them, so that's all good. So yeah, but I do enjoy a good comic, and this one has a giant bear with it looks like a person in its mouth. With a little fox as well. Huh.
Yes. Yeah.
Baffling. Love it.
Yeah. So the Die RPG already exists.
Yeah.
So this is a quick start being included in this new comic. But the Die RPG came out 2022, 2023, something like that. That was by Rowan Wook and Deckard.
Yes.
Bless you. Anyway, yes.
It's an award-winning tabletop RPG.
Yeah.
It won the Game Core Product Origins Award, and it was nominated for many Emmy awards as well. I have the Die RPG. It's
Have you had a chance to play the Die RPG?
sadly it is on my shelf of shame of games to be played. But I read it. The rule set is very interesting, and it's beautifully done because it has all the artwork from the graphic novels. It's arranged beautifully, and there's a really strong emphasis on layout and the way that the game is visually told to you as well, which is really nice. And if people are interested in hearing more about the game and the mechanics, we had Die RPG on an episode of NotDnD back in 2023. So you can listen to the creator Kieran on there, along with Grant Howitt, I believe, who also published it. So yeah, they were both on, so they're both there talking about the game. So if you do want to deep dive into it longer than this segment, if you go to NotDnD, where they're talking about it for an hour.
Who hosts that NotDnD podcast? Who's that?
I hear it's quite
rings a bell. Tip of my tongue. Who is it? Any nominated. I can't think who it was. Yeah.
Oh, that's very rude, Sean. Don't tell Jess to die. You know.
Yeah. Anyway, this Die Loaded #1 is coming out November the 12th.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you don't have the Die RPG, you'll get a free quick starter with it. So if you're interested, you can have a look at that.
Yeah. Well then, next on the menu.
Ooh, yes.
Ironsworn.
Oh, they've got a sale on at the moment, don't they? Oh yes, it's Bundle of Holding, Ironsworn-Starforged. Oh, is this me then?
Yes, it's you. You put it on there, Peter. Sorry, I'm waiting for you to tell us about it.
Share the news, Peter.
Sometimes I put stuff up, and then you have an Ian World article covering it. So this is the Bundle of Holding are doing 4 games for $15, which is pretty good value. It's got Ironsworn, Ironsworn-Starforged, and I think a couple of extensions. Like we've got Ironsworn Delve up there. Starforged being the science fiction version. It is powered by the apocalypse in style. However, the big draw for me is that it's also got a really, I am told, I do not know, but it's reliably pointed out by many people online that it's got a really good solo mode. And by solo, I mean that you can play it on your own as opposed to a duet where you have a GM and a single player, because that is something different. Just talking to you, Hasbro. Yeah, you know what you did. Anyway, like I say, you get 4 books for $15, and that's a pretty good deal, I would say. Like, something like what's that? $3.25, $3.75 ago? Yeah, $3.75 each, which is again pretty cheap. So definitely what I'm looking at picking up. I think that's about all I have to say.
What is Ironsworn? We could start with that. It's powered by the apocalypse, you said, and it's what, just sort of fantasy.
Yeah. It's powered by the apocalypse style. I haven't played it. I'm not someone who knows a lot about it. It's in a space that I am curious about, and it is. Every time there's a request for good games, this is one that has a firm fan base, and it appears to have good onboarding and good GM-less play.
Cool.
And cooperative mode. Sorry, here I am forgetting the most relevant part, which is that it uses oracle tables to let you decide what sort of things are going to appear, and then you roll dice, and you've got, and then you find out what the situation is, and then you can roll to resolve it. And for me, playing with a GM and Powered by Apocalypse can be very frustrating, because if I'm on the GM's wavelength, everything is very easy. And if I'm not the GM's wavelength, everything is super impossible. Whereas this, it's like I could see it being good, and it's a good mechanic and a good natural way to do it. So, like, as a sort of a solo storytelling or cooperative storytelling vehicle, I can see it being really fun. So, like I say, $15 worth a punt, I would say.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Do we remember what the biggest Kickstarter of last year, and in fact ever in TTRPG space, was?
Yes.
It was the Cosmere role-playing game based on the works of Brandon Sanderson. It made $15 million on Kickstarter, which is a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's an awful lot of money. It's the most successful TTRPG Kickstarter in history.
Wow. There we go.
Beating out Avatar, which a few years before made about 10 million.
Yeah.
And they have just announced, otherwise that particular game, announced that the game will itself. And then we've got the Stonewalkers, which is an adventure for levels 1 to 8, which is set in between two of the Stormlight Archive novels. At that point, that's going into sort of information that I don't know an awful lot about. We got a quick look at the inside of one of the books there, just to look at what sort of like the general layout and the art looks like. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that is. That's some kind of like giant
it says it's
sea centipede. Yeah.
Like it's got lots of scales, like a sea cockroach.
Maybe. Yeah.
It looks like a lobster met a cockroach or a centipede.
Yeah. I think I know the sort of thing it's based off. Like they're calling it a great shell, so that's like got these really big crustacean creatures kicking around. This one appears to be more aquatic than anything else.
I don't like it. I wouldn't want to swim in the sea and see that below me.
No, indeed.
I feel like that would ruin your day. It
would. If not my life.
It might make it quite short.
With its strike claw attack +8 with a 5-foot reach.
Yeah.
That might ruin my life.
As long as you stay more than 5 feet away from it, you'll be fine. What's the problem?
It's like a whole person away.
It's got a sprint speed of 30, and Jessica being small only has a movement of 25, so that's a problem.
Yeah.
So
that is it's just a graphic that I found online, which is basically illustrating how the plot die in the Cosmere RPG works. I don't fully understand it, to be honest, but I thought I'd throw it up there so you could see it.
I haven't gone in for the Cosmere RPG, and one of the reasons why is because it has a unique dice, and I don't like it when RPGs have unique dice, because I already have a collection of many dice that I want to use, and I don't want to have to buy more dice to play your game. That's how I feel about it.
So similar to the Genesis system from Fantasy Flight, This has a 6-sided dice, which has various things on, an opportunity dice. Where you succeed or fail, you experience a positive side effect. It's got a complication, which as a bonus to your test, so you get an increase to whether you succeed, which is quite a nice twist, I like. That gives you +2 or +4, but you also suffer a negative side effect. And you know what? I quite like that. If you're going to have, quote, successful complication, for me, in my experience, that's always been interpreted as, by GMs, as, and you fail and it gets worse, rather than success with a consequence. But yeah, maybe that's just because we're not on the same page, you can say. But this is giving you a bonus to actually succeed at the thing you're doing, but there's also something else that goes wrong. Although what that is, we'll have to see and see if there's anything in it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got blank. So nothing happens. So yeah,
that's the most exciting thing that can happen in a tabletop role-playing game, when nothing happens. I love that.
Yeah,
Great.
Indeed.
It's great. It's the best thing.
It looks like a random interest generator, which is largely biased towards success as opposed to biased towards failure, which is, in my experience, fairly unique amongst narrative games. So, but it doesn't look like a narrative game, so it'll be interesting to find out a bit more about it and what people are saying.
I wouldn't describe it as a narrative game from what I've seen. I think it's got, it's got
That
enough
stat block
system.
didn't look like a narrative game stat block. That looked like a crunchy stat block.
Yeah.
It looked
Go back and look at it there. That's a DND 5e level style stat block. Is it in fact powered by D&D with some
spiritual statistics? And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stats in its stat line, as opposed to 9.
So it's not.
I would guess it's aiming at static things rather than having to make saving throws, which good design at that point. Yeah.
I was just thinking about what Jess said a minute ago about games with unique dice. I was just thinking what games, because quite a lot of games do that. Like Fate famously has Fate dice.
Yeah.
Pluses and minuses, fudge dice, Genesis. Someone just said, did Morris just call D&D 5e crunchy? Well, it's a scale, isn't it? Ray versus the world in the chat there. It's a scale because there's an awful lot of rules like RPGs, which are a lot less crunchy than D&D 5e. And yes, there are a lot of games that are more crunchy, but I would say if it was on a median, I would say it falls onto the crunchier side, given the sheer number of rules-like games. There are a lot fewer crunchy games than rules-like games. Yeah, like
compare it to the cheerful engine and 5e. Pretty
if you need 1,000 pages of rule book, and that's considered the basics to get you going, I would argue that game is almost inherently crunchy. But
I don't think you do need a 1,000-page rule, but you can do it at the starter set and you can get going, and that's like a 30-page rule book and a adventure sort of thing. So it's not like all that content is needed. It's all just, you can play D&D with a lot less than those 1,000 pages in the 3-core rule books.
Absolutely. But again, I know we've got advanced edition where it said that needs even more rules. Sometimes took them out. So it depends.
But dice.
That's a very bad thing.
I was talking about dice. So, like Fancy Flight Games' Warhammer and Star Wars games had their fancy dice, which were the stumbling block for me to get into those games, because I could never work out how to read them. Then what other ones have fancy dice? 2D20 system from Modiphius, when we were playing that Star Trek game, that had some fancy dice which were different to regular dice, didn't it?
Oh yes, they're generally like a D6. That one had little stars and charges and so forth on.
The old Ghostbusters RPG for the 1980s has its ghost die. One of the things that have a little ghost symbol on it for when
it was a
things
D6,
happen.
So if you roll 1 or 6 or whatever. But so I guess it's this sort of plot. So I guess we're looking for I suppose if we're opening it up to that, then maybe the Wild Die from Savage Worlds, which is one that only PCs get to roll, like a D6, because you've got a better chance of succeeding.
It doesn't. Goodman Games is one. Dungeon Crawl Classics are like a D D27 or something, or D13 or something odd. I don't know what. It has a a non-standard die.
Well, it's got a whole bunch: D16s, D32s.
Yeah.
I don't remember all of them because that's actually been a bit of a blocker to getting into the Necrol Classics, which is I'd have to buy a whole new set of dice. And I'd have to have enough dice to go for all my players as well. And
I feel vindicated, PJ. You've proved my point.
Well, I mean, I'm not against games with fuddy dice. It's just like I'd be okay. I'm okay with the opportunity dice because I could just replicate it with a D6, easy. But a D16, much harder for me to do, and it just feels like a bit of a novelty. And it's not like a platonic solid, so why am I even bothering?
I got a funny dice off of Kickstarter arrived. I booked this, backed this on the Kickstarter like months ago. I don't know if you remember me doing so, but it's this.
You did it live on the podcast.
Yeah. Oh, it's like little credit cards.
Oops. How do we switch that? Sorry,
you wanted to do this.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Zoom in on Jess's face.
It was entirely
so each of these is a different die, as you can see, and they spin, and you can roll them. It's quite nifty. It's like a credit card size thing, so it can fit in your pocket quite easy. The only problem with it is, if you want to roll one die, it's fine. If I wanted to roll like 8d6 or something, I'd have to sit there and spin that d6 8 times sequentially. It's quite cool apart from that. It's nice and thin, and it comes in a little sort of wallet thing that it fits into.
For the podcast listeners that can't see it, it is like a credit card size metal object with 6 spinning discs on it that represent the dice that you spin, just to give that context.
I mean, but does it fit in your wallet? It's a question.
I don't have a wallet. I wouldn't know. So no, I guess.
Would you take it out with you on a regular basis?
Would I take it out with it? Depends where I was going. I mean, if I was just going to the pub for a pint, probably not. But if I was going to
What about to the club? And when I say the club, I mean the TTRPG club.
But the thing is, I take a bag when I go there because I take a notebook and I take some pens and I take various bits and pieces and a spare jumper for in case it gets cold on the walk back to the car afterwards and things like that. So, and I have a box of dice.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So I mean, but does it make you happy, Russ?
I like it. It's gimmicky. I'll probably never use it, but it's gimmicky. It will sit on my shelf, and occasionally, once every 6 months, I'll pick it up and spin my man and go, "Oh, that's quite cool." Put it down again, and then forget about it for the next 6 months. I'm sure it's what's going to happen.
A fidget toy, if nothing else.
Yes. Yeah. Well, the other thing is, you spin it, and it spins so well that it sits there spinning for sort of like over a minute. It takes quite a while to stop spinning.
Wow.
So
calm down your spins there, Russ, I think.
Yeah, so if you're rolling like an 8d6 fireball and you have to have like a minute for each roll, it takes you 8 minutes to cast a fireball spell, and that could be quite annoying.
Wow, that could nearly double the length of a wizard's turn.
We've had a dicey question in the comments, though.
Oh, yeah.
A dicey question. Yeah.
From Sean. They ask, when you're playing online, do you use digital dice or physical ones?
I use digital ones. Generally. I have used physical ones before, but generally I use digital ones.
It sort of depends. Like, if I've been playing in a system, if I'm on a virtual tabletop, it's built in. I'll probably
use it.
Or I've used DND Dice Roller, which is a little website. But I've got a charity stream, foreshadowing, coming up. And I've decided I'm going to use my nice little dice tray and cute dice that I have, because I have some cute dice now. I like to show them off.
Yeah.
I generally... Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, I generally, because I'm playing Warhammer Fantasy tonight, and we're playing online, and we got playing on Foundry, and so it's built in for me on my character sheet, so I don't have to work out what I'm trying to roll. So I just click the button and it rolls it for me. So in those, when I'm not familiar with an RPG, I'll very much use an online one within a VTT because they'll calculate everything for me. But if it's a system I'm familiar with and I'm playing online, generally I want to use my dice because I have lots of them and they're pretty and I like them. But I know that can be a call that different tables have, because some people want the transparency of seeing the rolls. But whenever I played, I'm generally playing with my friends that know people wouldn't fudge their dice rolls and lie about it, because that takes away the fun of it. So
Yeah.
I think when we played that Dragonlance campaign, that was online, and it was just, there was no virtual tabletop. It was literally just it wasn't Zoom, was it? Was it whatever it was we were using? But it was literally
You're
just
using
a
this.
video. Oh, were we? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we all rolled physical dice for that one.
Yeah.
But then on my Thursday night Level Up Advanced 5e games, we use Level Up Gateway for our characters. So we use the integrated dice roller on that. So it depends on what tools you've got available to you, what you're playing, you know. It varies.
There we go. Thank you for the question.
Yeah.
Do we
Right
have
then.
some more news? Seeing what's coming next. It's time for more Tariff Talk.
It is time for more Tariff Talk.
Yay,
Okay.
tariffs! Oh my
So,
god. Okay, sorry, yeah. I just saw the streamer which said they
Yeah.
use $200 tariff surcharge on packages.
So,
Yes.
this isn't technically new. This is just something that hasn't been commented on since, remember when 2 weeks ago, I want to say, last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, we reported on the fact that the de minimis exception had been removed, meaning that packages under $800 would now attract a tariff, whereas
Going
before they
into
would
the
not have done.
US.
Yeah. So as part of that same piece of legislation, well, it was an executive order by the US government. There was some other sort of context to that, which we didn't really dive into at the time. Mainly because I didn't notice it, to be honest. The only reason I even did notice it was because I saw on social media a company, I don't remember who it was now, who posted, it was a UK-based company who posted that they would no longer be shipping any orders to the US because each order would now attract an minimum $80 surcharge.
So the way that
And so
works,
they said,
oh, sorry.
yeah, go on.
I was saying the way that works, just to clarify the situation. So the de minimis is, it used to be that whatever tariffs were in place, if the thing you were ordering was less than $800, there wasn't a tariff on it. But now they've removed that. So no matter what's being shipped, there will be a tariff attached. So say from the UK, it's 10% going into the US, for example. And before people were like, okay, that's not great, but fine, we'll do that. The issue is all the US postal services don't have the infrastructure to handle that, because every single little parcel having to have that.
Well, the customs, more to the point, the customs and immigration people. Yeah.
It's a nightmare. And so
at some point it starts getting more expensive to administer this, then they're actually losing money on each trying to apply it, because it's like, you got labor, you got paperwork.
You would think that, but they came up with a wonderful solution to this problem.
Which
how to get rid of all the work.
Doing a flat rate for any parcel that comes in. So if a package is under $800 and is coming in as a single parcel, there'll just be a flat rate fee. So from the UK to the US, for example, that is $80. So that's regardless. So if you've bought a £10 or £20, board game and it's shipped over, there will also be, in addition to that, an $80 flat rate fee for that item coming in.
What?
And it's because the administration of calculating what's the value of this thing that's being shipped, what terms does it come under, what tariff percentage, is just too complex to do. So it's just a flat fee.
That is really complex, though, isn't it? Because basically, they have to determine that it's worth less than $800 in order for this to apply. So they've got to they've got to determine the value of the package. So they're not getting out of doing that bit, otherwise this wouldn't work. They've got to determine what the origin country's tariff rate is, so that they know which of these flat rates to apply, which is $80, $160 or $200, depending on the tariff imposed on the country. So you've got those two pieces of information already. All you're doing is multiplying one by the other. I mean,
in theory,
at that point, it is not complicated. Even I can do that.
Yeah,
and I am not a massive government organisation.
No, if you have a small volume, that's the case. But if you have millions of parcels coming in, you need a system that does that for you. And my
A spreadsheet will do that for you.
But is the spreadsheet made up, and is it integrated into systems they currently
Usually
have?
they don't
Because
do
most
that.
systems will be you get a parcel, you
I
scan
get it.
the
I do get
barcode.
it, Jess. I am
I'm
being
just
silly. But
Okay, I'm just checking because I've had this conversation
Yes.
with people online.
Ah,
I am.
well, I mean, it does sound like they're going to solve the problem of millions of parcels coming to the US. They're going to solve it because who's going to pay $80 for a $20 board game?
Yeah,
Not
I mean,
me.
it is aimed at those $7 t-shirts you're ordering from China and stuff like that, which you are now going to be paying sort of $200 for.
Yeah.
Is that sort of thing is what it's aimed at.
My
Sure.
understanding is this is meant to be a temporary measure whilst systems get in place so that they can more accurately, do the percentages. But it's coming into force at the end of August. So if you are in the US and ordering from a different country, be aware that these fees will apply to you.
So it's a little more, just before that, there's on the executive order, there's this thing about transportation carriers that
Can I just confirm it's coming? It starts on the 31st of August. So basically, there's a whole pile of people who are going to have stuff en route, and they're just going to be hit with this.
that's been the tariff problem all along, though, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, but like, there's difference between taking a gamble on the tariffs going up and, oh, by the way, here's an extra $200 per item.
Yep.
Yeah, with no notice, just irresponsible. Anyway,
so
tax US citizens.
So what they're saying is the transportation carriers must collect and remit these duties.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
And the transportation carriers, not characters, transportation carriers must collect the duties equal to the correct tariff value or this amount.
Right.
So what it's saying is that each transportation carrier must use the same methodology across all covered shipments in any given calendar month.
Sorry, I'm just laughing because because they're making the tariff carriers. So it's like, it's bad enough if it's the US government having to do it, but they have a lot of money and a lot of warm bodies that they can bring in to do this, and they can just pay for it because it's the US government. They are known for having a bit of cash lying around, but just foisting this onto onto logistics companies, shipping companies. It's like, wow, okay, sorry. With 2 weeks' notice, 2 weeks. Oh, brilliant.
Well, I think it was a month's notice. In fairness, that makes
all the difference.
Yeah, because it was 2 weeks ago that this happened. It was,
oh my goodness!
We just hadn't noticed this in the same way, and it came up this week, and we saw, like Russ said, another company in the gaming space saying, "Look, we simply can't ship to America anymore because we can't absorb that costs, and our customers don't want to have that." So, and the reason we're talking about this here, because this will affect you if you've backed crowdfunding campaigns or ordering from small companies that are based outside the US. So bear that in mind. I mean, if you are ordering from somebody and they have a warehouse in the US and then they're sending out from there, this won't impact you. So, for example, I think that's what we're planning on do for our upcoming crowdfunding. So, the Void Runners Codex is going to arrive at port. We're going to pay tariffs and charges there, and then I'll go to our warehouse and go out to US backers. So US backers won't get a bill when they get that. But there'll be some people, they were planning on sending it directly from wherever they are in the world because they only had 10 people in the US to send it to. So
I mean, the one sort of silver lining to this cloud, I suppose, is that the TTRPG industry is primarily, but not exclusively, books, and the tariffs do not, as yet, apply to books. So we are talking about games with non-book based components. Yeah.
Depending upon, of course, the whims of the custom inspectors at the time, because I think there have been a couple of books that have been.
Well, you have to classify it on the customs forms yourself.
Oh, okay.
They don't sit there and talk through them and classify them. You do it as part of your as part of the paperwork you fill in on customs, you say what category this belongs to. It's just a question of if you were to lie, that's bad.
Well,
and if you got caught, and you got caught, yeah.
Well,
I mean, I suppose technically you could ship like a whole bunch of toy fire engines and claim that they were books and hope that no customs official checked, but that's probably not a good idea. Not something I would recommend.
I mean, I'm not your lawyer, but I advise you not to do that.
Yeah. The official stance of Morris's official tabletop RPG talk is don't do crime. It's a stupid crime that you will get caught at.
And if you do crime, don't tell anyone that we told you to do it.
We didn't tell anyone to do a crime. We just told them not to do a crime.
No, we didn't tell anyone to do a crime. You're
and
right.
If you do, don't talk about it on the internet.
Yeah.
Don't post don't post about your crimes online. I mean, you'd think that would be pretty obvious, and yet.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And don't take your phone with you if you're doing crimes. Anyway, we could do a whole episode on that, but let's not.
Yeah, let's not do.
Let's not do a whole episode on how to do crime. No, that's a.
And we'll call it Rogue Life. A new podcast coming soon from EM World.
Spin off. Let's go.
I love playing rogues. I'll do it.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. All right. That's the tariff news. Let's move on.
Okay, this one's you, Peter. Take it away. You've done a bit of a dive into that this week.
I've had a go. It's oh my goodness. Okay, so as listeners from previous weeks will be aware, there was an issue where Steam and relevant to the TTRPG world, itch.io started shadow banning creators on their platforms. Sorry, it's quite complicated. I'm going to do my best. All right, please don't shout at me. So, as events have unfolded, a organization in Australia called CrowdShout said they did 1,000 calls to Visa and Mastercard, saying don't support pornography on your platforms. I must point out that in the US and often online in the UK and various parts of the world, pornography, whilst not considered safe for work, is actually legal. And so like restricting these behind adult things so that small children who are not of age to access it, you know what, that's okay. Like how you do that is not something that I know much about or would want to get into. The problem that it has for us in the TTRPG industry is there are a lot of queer creators of role-playing game content, and they are finding themselves being shadow banned for stuff that does not meet what you or I would consider the version of adult. As in, there is no sexual or even romantic activity associated with it, and they are finding themselves subject to these bans. Goodness. It came up again because
this to clarify, is on the platforms where they would ordinarily sell these products, such as itch.io. Riot Games got a fair bit of flack because it came out that they were being asked to suppress certain content and report it because Mastercard apparently asked them to, because it's not safe for work. And this has been an ongoing thing, and there has been a sort of it's not a crowdfund, but sort of a public campaign, a counter campaign, to call into various call centers like Mastercard, Visa, and Stripe, who are also one of the payment processors, to say that we are not happy with this state of affairs. Could you knock it off or like clarify things? And when this, but I have worked in the call center. Every time I got a complaint, it was considered a fairly big deal, and it got escalated. There was a management meeting about it. So
it's quite hard to get information about this, but there's talk of like 8,000 calls in a single weekend, which are specifically to complain about this policy, which is not, just to remind people, about the direct customers of Visa, Mastercard, and Stripe. It's about their customers. Yeah. So this is not the sort of thing that the call centers are geared up to deal with. So things became more complicated because people calling Stripe were being told by Stripe call center employees that it was actually against Stripe's policy not to process adult content, but to process any content whatsoever that's coming from LGBTQ creators. So again, like this is all of this content is legal, right? Just to be clear, but specifically an LGBTQ content is also legal and is often considered protected. Like it's considered protected under the under UK legislation, I believe also in US legislation, although I'm not a legal professional. Don't take your legal advice from a podcast, folks, especially not from me, because I'm, as I say, not a legal professional. So I was very interested in this because that seemed like a hell of a thing to say. So I wrote to Stripe and said, this is the context. This is what people have been saying. Do you have a policy on this sort of thing? If so, what is it? Morris has kindly thrown up a graphic here from Stripe. Their press office came back to me and said, we apologise. The information given by our support team was totally wrong. Stripe has no prohibitions on the sale of LGBTQ plus content or goods. We're looking into this and making sure future inquiries are answered correctly. So that's quite good. It's hard to say. I mean, certainly that's what Stripe's press office has told us. Clearly, there is some sort of miscommunication.
That's what Stripe said to you directly in response to your email. This is a quote from Stripe directly, because I figured if I'm reporting it, I should ask them. Yes,
like, what's going on, lads?
Absolutely.
And so this is what they come back with, and certainly having a look at the. They've got a long list of things that they won't process payment for, but a lot of it's things like crypto coins and and various unsavory things that you would not want, that are basically crime. Sorry if you're a big crypto fan, but I think it's basically a great facilitator of crime. You're going to get complaints about that one for us. So, sorry, that's all my fault.
Cheers. Looking forward to that then.
I don't know. Just try and find a currency that doesn't enable crime. What can I say? And also itch.io were also pushing back against complaints that they had been shadow banning people. There was a journalist on Blue Sky who produced a list of what's going on. Itch.io replied to them, this article is full of misinformation, unfortunately. The games Wendy and Co. are indexed. I think maybe the person's confused because it didn't show up in the autocomplete. Autocomplete only shows the top 1,000 games. And this is a bit of a problem in many ways because, like, the search, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion as a customer, the search function on itch.io is abysmal. It's very rarely found me the games that every time I've looked at something on itch, I've either needed a direct link to it. This is prior to all this. I've either needed a direct link to it, or I've needed to go to a site that is not itch to find the information I need to get stuff, and that includes games in my library.
Although I will add, in like a couple of shows ago, I did sort of live on air test this and looked for Thirsty Sword Lesbians on itch in its search box, and it came up straight away. So it's not necessarily a universal thing, but
I mean, it's like Thirsty Sword Lesbian is by Evil Hat, and that seems to get through. But again, there are a lot of micro creators, and I feel that they should be allowed to have their games on if they're not breaking up the platform rules. But this quote was itch basically saying that's not happening. Yes.
Denying it. And then the person who wrote the article, which listed all those games that had been de-indexed. De-indexed? Is that the word? De-indexed. Replied to itch online on Blue Sky. Was that on Blue Sky?
It was all on Blue Sky, and they were not mincing their words because they are quite rightly, I would say, vexed about it. They said, "Hi, Itch, author of the original article here. Thanks for ignoring my repeated request to comment and then coming out of the woodwork days later to say that my article, which verified each game's indexing status independently, is, quote, full of misinformation, unquote. You're full of it." And that appeared to be the end of the exchange. Certainly, it's an ongoing and developing situation. It's going to be. I'm hoping that this is not affecting the sales of the queer LGBTQ creators who are trying to sell their games, which makes a very small living, but it's a living nonetheless. It is their money; they should be getting it. And I am I'm seeing claims that people are not getting their payments on time because it's being held back, because it's all being held up in this payment processor business. So I'm hoping it all gets sorted out and that creators can be paid, and that these payment processors will restrict themselves to not processing things that are illegal and allow the legal business of commerce to continue. Like, here I am with my socialist firebrand ways. You should be able to sell goods that are legal online, and that should be fine.
That's quite capitalist of you, DJ.
I wouldn't say capitalist because I'm not interested in owning the means of production. It's more commercial minded. I know. Because I am very commercial minded. Yeah.
I was being.
It's an important difference. Like,
I know.
Ian Nasir was a commercially minded chap. He wasn't a capitalist, and he has the records of people complaining about his shoddy copper to prove it.
Anyway, so we'll keep covering this as and when more news arrives. So
yeah,
it's an ongoing story. Basically, it's been going on for a couple of weeks. It's probably going to go on for a bit longer. So we'll cover it as and when.
Yeah, this is my best understanding as of Friday, the 15th of August. It might change. And I can only apologise for any inaccuracies processed through my inadequate brain. But this is what I'm seeing going on. Okay.
All right, then. We're nearing the end of the show now. We've got a couple of bits. I think you are appearing on a live stream soon, and we've got a magazine issue to announce. So let's do this one first, and then... So Insider Magazine issue number 4 has been released, and you can pick that up on the Insider Patreon. And this one contains an adventure called The Sundered Towers. I don't know how to say this. of Knackwise.
It looks sort of like White Knight in German. Knackwise.
Maybe.
Say, but I don't know.
Yes, of Knackwise.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'd say, but I don't know, man.
This is kind of a mystery adventure. This is the D&D. This is a mystery adventure for 8th level PCs, where travellers have been disappearing along the Citizen's Path, and you got to investigate what's going on there. Also, in this issue, there's an article called Baron's Bushwhackers, which is about some military wardens of the roads and pathways. A mysterious cabal of smugglers called the Pale Moon Consortium is detailed in this issue. There's some monsters in Into the Hidden Alleys, and these include the goblinoid Quemin, a dinosaur which lives in the sewers called the Sensekraken, and the silent... Well, I don't make up these words. I mean, I do sometimes make up words, but these particular words I didn't make up.
No, sorry, I do apologise. But
I'm just trying to pronounce words that other people have made up and then presented to me.
Rude.
Yes.
I know. And then finally, we've got the Silent Orphans, which are these pale, voiceless fey children, scary kind of critters. And finally, in this article, there are 9 new magic items, including the Fearless Scabbard, the Lariat of Nature, and the World Worker's Gauntlet. So you can grab that. It's in print format, get it delivered straight to your home, or PDF format, whichever you prefer. You can subscribe to Insider Magazine, get that every month. This is issue number 4.
Yes.
For D&D 5e, that is.
Yep.
Like a lasso sort of Bobby, isn't it?
What is? Sorry? A lariat?
A lariat, yeah.
Maybe
like
it is. Maybe it is. Yeah, maybe it is.
I'm glad to see you're
I'm going to look it up. A rope used as a lasso or for tethering. There we go.
Yeah.
That's what that
That
is.
makes sense for nature. Yeah.
I've just
Yeah.
sent out the magazine to all the champion tier memberships. And just in case people don't know, champion tier members, it's $25 and we send it to your door each month. And that includes the shipping as well as, so that just includes everything. So it'll just turn, if you sign up to that tier, it'll just turn up at your door. And we'll do that all for you.
You don't have to do anything. It will just arrive every month.
We also mentioned you get the back catalogue of, because before it was a monthly magazine, it was a weekly kind of individual smaller issues. And you get access to the back catalogue of all of those. And there's more than 500 of them.
Yeah.
So, it's a really
just as
good
part
deal.
of your subscription. It's like, you know, if you subscribe to Netflix, you might subscribe for the new stuff, but you've got access to everything that's on there and has been on there since, you know, you get access to the whole thing.
The beginning of time.
As defined by our Patreon, yes.
Yes.
The beginning of time was 6 years ago or something, 7 years ago. Insider's been around a while.
It has, a very long time.
Yeah. Finally, Peter, were you going to talk about a live stream that you will be appearing on? I don't have a graphic for it, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Not
because it was just a Twitch channel, and there were no pictures on the Twitch channel apart from a big label saying "sign up" to see this video. So.
Yeah, no worries. I thought I'd posted one for you, but I'll try and sort that out in the future. But yes, so it's D8 Dungeon, who are an Irish collective of role players, and they are supporting Project Hope, which provides medical aid to people all around the world. And this year they have a target of $5,000. That they're hoping to raise for Project Hope. Pre-donations for this for them so far have hit, according to the stream, over 3,500 to date. Yeah, so they are quietly optimistic, is how I describe the mood. Yes, and I'm going to be in a stream which will be doing. It came from Beneath the Sea, which is a 1950 style, sort of like horror movie. Like it basically, if you think the thing from the Black Lagoon, the monster from the Black Lagoon, it's like that, but different. And my one's called You Can't Surf With Us, and it's happening on Saturday, the 30th of August. Which I've got at 3:15 GMT, and that's 12:15 Eastern Standard. It looks like.
No, Eastern's 5 hours behind us.
Yeah, it's got AEST, so I'm not. I don't think they got that right. No, I'm baffled as well. But yeah, I'll try and find out what the actual date is. What the actual time is. I know the 3:15 GMT is right, so that's so probably about 10 Eastern, and that would make it 7 a.m. Pacific, so presumably 8 o'clock. Anyway, so you can see me and you can come along, and there's various incentives, as these things often do, where you can either help us out, or you can hinder us and make our lives harder by throwing money at the podcast. Just to really see us sweat, which, quite frankly, lovely bunch of people I'm going to be playing with. So yeah,
Francita in the chat has said, "Is there any link to the event?" Yeah, we'll put the link in the show notes as always. It will be right there, and in the YouTube comments, notes, things, about thing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Show notes. In the show notes.
Yes, in the show notes. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
I should say that's happening on Friday, Saturday, the 30th of August. Which also an important piece of information which you've got to actually say.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I've got one last thing because I watched a lovely TV show this week. Alien Earth hit our screens this week on Disney Plus Worldwide. I don't know what it is in America locally, but Disney Plus Worldwide. And I saw the first 2 episodes and enjoyed them very, very much. And then I remembered that in the Void Runners Codex we had for 5e and A5e, we had some familiar-looking monsters, and so I decided to share them on EN World for free, so you can grab them and use them in your game right now. This is what they look like. Again, I will put a link in the show notes because this screen grab is a bit too small for you to read, and it's also in a video, which isn't the most convenient format for running a game from. But there'll be a link in the show notes, and you can see these monsters. So basically, they're Xenids. We call them Xenids as opposed to Xenomorphs. But they've basically got the various varieties of Xenids that you might expect, all with their 5e, A5e stats.
Yes, there's definitely a Geiger-esque vibes then.
Yeah. So that's just to celebrate the Alien Earth TV show hitting the screens. I thought I'd throw that out there for free, and you can go and grab them and use them. Sadly, you cannot yet buy the Void Runners Codex because it's currently in shipping. It's in shipping right now, isn't it?
It's on a boat.
It's on a boat.
They're on a boat.
So, yeah.
They're actually due to arrive in
but
the first.
If the Xenids do manage to escape from that shipping container, I fear for the safety of that boat.
Well, Australia will be the testing ground because they're arriving in Australia first.
Right.
Next week or so. Yeah.
Right.
So they're used to they're used to crazy critters trying to kill them over there, so they'll be the best prepared globally to deal with this.
Quite frankly, between the wildlife and so forth, don't give much for the Xenid's chances. Especially if it's swooping season, then they're going to have a bad day.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Let's get punched. By a kangaroo.
And with that, I think we are done. That's the show. Yay! So thank you all for joining us. As always, we were streaming today, Friday at 2 p.m. UK time, 9 a.m. Eastern, as we do every week on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. You can join us. You can join in the chat, ask us questions, make snarky comments about us. Destroy our self-esteem, make us feel really sad. Whatever you feel like.
I don't have any.
That seems like from you,
yeah, that told you.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're reading the comments for us. It's like I can't see any good coming from that.
Yeah, well, that is the rule, isn't it? Don't read the comments, but hey, what can I say?
Yeah.
So until next week, same bat time, same bat place. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All the tabletop role-playing news, we aim to amuse and we aim to enthuse. And Morris's unofficial tabletop RPG